This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Here comes Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone.
Hey guys, you remember how I said last time my executive producers were going to give me something a little bit more painful for me to review? I guess they wanted to give me something of a break, because today we're going to look at Speed Racer.
Here comes Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels.
I should point out right away that I have never seen the cartoon. Aside from a couple of Robot Chicken skits, I'm going into this movie completely blind. For those of you looking to see me gripe about inconsistencies between this movie and the source material, sorry, that's just not gonna happen. All I can do is judge the movie on its own merits. We open on our title character, Speed, I can't believe my parents actually named me this, Racer, preparing for his next race, and giving us a little flashback to let us in on his childhood. Good lord, the colors! I know we like to think of our past as a brighter, happier time, but this is like Tim Burton doing a parody of himself. It's like nostalgia wearing rose-colored glasses while huffing paint thinner. With all this color, do you know what this movie is not? A DC movie! Anyway, we see young Speed is completely infatuated with racing, and his racing superstar brother, Rex. And when your big brother makes a name for himself while racing on giant Hot Wheels tracks that look like they were designed by Willy Wonka, I can't really say that I blame him. We cut back to Speed in the present, where he's following in Rex's footsteps as he dominates the ridiculous but undeniably awesome racing scene. Apparently, an assassination attempt on Rex's life forced him to leave his family to keep them from getting caught in the crossfire, which is why Speed is racing solo instead of alongside his brother. It also doesn't help that Rex was killed in a cross-country race. And just like he and Rex before him, Speed is idolized by the youngest of the Racer family, Spritle, and his pet chimp named Chim Chim. Be honest, executive producers. You picked this movie for me just because it has a chimp in it, didn't you? One morning, while Spritle and Chim Chim are watching the westernized microcosm of every anime ever made, and while Chim Chim is wearing ironic pajamas that are actually pretty funny, the Racer family gets a call from British McNaught-Villain, who wants to sponsor Speed and make him even more famous than he already is.
I want to make sure you have access to whatever resources you need to continue doing exactly what you're doing.
No offense, Royalton, but Racer Motors has always run as an independent.
None taken. I completely understand. I sympathize. No, strike that. I empathize. You may think of RI as a huge corporate conglomerate, but I will have you know, sir, I still remember working all night on a Commodore 64 in the basement of my foster parents' home. I built RI from below the ground up. So while Royalton Industries may look like a major sponsor to you, it remains in my heart as independent to me as the first day I quit my job at Globocon to start working for myself.
I think he just gave a more uplifting version of the "we're not so different, you and I" speech.
I've had this wonderful opportunity to meet your family. All I'm asking for is the chance to introduce you to mine.
Apparently, his family lives in San Francisco. Royalton lays on the schmoozing like chunky peanut butter, along with giving Speed a suit that comes from the Jeremiah Valeska collection. And I gotta say, looking at some of these visuals, it's really hard to think that the directors of The Matrix did this. Speed says that he'll consider Royalton's offer. Then we cut to a Dick Tracy movie where a mob boss called The Cartel is trying to coerce this other racer, named Taijo, who is then rescued by the mysterious Racer X. He's pretty much the Batman of the racing circuit. Sure is a good thing that being thrown out of a semi going 80 miles an hour is the same as just jumping off a box. X tries to recruit him to help him take down the cartel. He turns him down. Then we cut to Speed with his girlfriend Trixie at Makeout Point.
You really considering signing with Royalton?
I just said it was tempting.
Why?
Well, they got a really good team. Cannonball Taylor, Maggie Manifold, they win a lot of majors.
And since when did winning become so important?
When I started dressing like Spock. He goes back to Royalton to give him his decision, and per the usual, Spritle and Chim Chim tag along for the ride. Okay, you calm down. You're not supposed to be rubbing yourself against Candy like that. You calm down. You're not supposed to rub off to him rubbing himself against Candy like that. Anyway, Speed tells Royalton that he has to decline his offer, and then Royalton does a complete 180 faster than you can blink, revealing that his company has been behind every major racing victory for decades. I know that subtlety isn't exactly this movie's strong point, but holy crap! Speed says that his family follows racing religiously, and big sponsors like this are essentially the devil.
And in our house, the major sponsors are kind of like the devil.
And then Royalton laughs maniacally and lays out his entire plan while paying someone else to twirl his mustache for him. I'm honestly surprised that he didn't turn into Pazuzu right before our eyes. He goes on to say that since Speed is turning him down, he'll see to it that he will fail the upcoming championship, and true enough, things are harder for him than ever. But harder odds or not, Speed has to keep on racing to prove Royalton wrong and show him what racing is really all about. And in a business like Hollywood, where the only thing that matters is the bottom line, it suddenly makes a lot of sense that a couple of artists like the Wachowskis would take on a property like this. After Speed's mom gives him some encouragement about how proud of him she is, they get a visit from the police, along with Racer X, who tell them that if they'll drive in an upcoming cross-country race and have that Tejo guy from before win, he'll give them the information that they need to put Royalton behind bars. Speed's father, who is affectionately referred to as Pops, objects to Speed going since it was the same race that got Rex killed, but Speed has to do whatever he can to take down Royalton. So the race begins in... Constantinople, and the other drivers are pulling every dirty, cartoony trick in the book. The only things missing from this race are turtle shells and banana peels. Oh my god, they even have a deadly bee weapon!
Bees, my god.
Speed, Racer X, and Tejo survive the race by a healthy mix of teamwork, ridiculous stunts, and what I can only assume is a shit ton of luck. And when they retire for the night, Speed's family tracks him down to his hotel suite. After a tense exchange of, "I'm not gonna lose another son," and "I gotta do this, Pops," Royalton orders a hit on Speed and X, which, now that I think about it, was probably very influential in this movie's art design. And then we get a pretty kick-ass fight scene. Seriously, look at this guy. He's Batman! Okay. Apparently he's Frank Miller's Batman. Pops then deals with this second assassin, and suddenly I'm wondering if this is a deleted scene from the Flintstones or something. They go through the second stretch of the race, they briefly tangle with the cartel and his deadly thrift store gang, and Tejo wins the race. But it turns out that it was all a ruse to get Taijo's company's stocks up, and he never actually had any information to bring down Royalton. After Speed and X bump heads for a bit, Speed demands that he show his face, since he suspects that X is actually his brother who only faked his death. But alas, he isn't Rex. He tells Speed to keep racing and to never give up, as does Pops, who by every account should be just as disenfranchised with racing as Speed is right now, but damn it, racing just means too much to their family to let Speed give up now. Then, by the luckiest of coincidences, Tejo's sister, who feels bad about her family having cheated the racers, shows up on their doorstep and gives them the invitation to the Grand Prix that was intended for her brother. Unfortunately, they can't use the Mach 5 because... I have no idea, and they proceed to build themselves a new car for the Grand Prix, courtesy of this fun building montage that looks like it was directed by Sam Raimi. In all seriousness, though, I need to give props to this movie for its use of the original theme song from the cartoon. Again, I haven't seen the show at all, I am not a fan by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a really nice touch. They get the Mach 6 finished just in time to make the race, much to the surprise of everyone there.
Now driving in the 40th and final position.
Wow, a self-censoring microphone. I gotta get me one of those f***ers. The race begins as they brave the most dangerous track ever put into Mario Kart, Rainbow Road. We get more over-the-top stunts, along with some hazards that no one should be able to dodge.
Excuse me, aren't you going to mention that sound effect?
What do you mean?
I didn't watch a lot of the cartoon, but I do remember how they used that choo-choo-choo sound every time the Mach 5 jumped, and it was always awesome.
And now I'm suddenly thinking about how the Transformers movies never used the classic transforming sound effects. So, yeah, it is awesome that this movie would use that sound. One of Royalton's racers tries to take out Speed using a spear hook, and while this disqualifies the other racer, it leaves the Mach 6 disabled. So what does Speed do? That is what the mystical bond between man and machine looks like. And with that, Speed crosses the finish line, and what the f***? Did we just achieve enlightenment? So Royalton is defeated. X reveals to us that he really is Speed's brother, but he had plastic surgery to keep his identity top super duper maxi extreme ultra secret, and Speed shows the world what racing is really all about. So that was Speed Racer, and it's a lot of fun. This movie is pure eye candy, and so long as it doesn't insult the intelligence of its audience, there is nothing wrong with that. The visuals trigger every synapse in the brain, the action sequences are exhilarating, the actors take themselves just seriously enough for there to be some real dramatic weight where you really wouldn't expect there to be, the music by Michael Giacchino was perfect. Overall, this was a really fun movie. Again, I don't know how accurate this was to its source material, but as its own entity, Speed Racer is a winner. And while this movie was all about winning, stay tuned for my next review, when we'll see that there's more to racing than just winning. See you later.
Here comes Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. He's gaining on you, so you better look alive. He's busy revving up the powerful Mach 5. And when the odds are against him and there's dangerous work to do, you bet your life, Speed Racer, to see it through. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go! He's up and flying as he guns a car around the track. He's jamming down the pedal like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Spritle and Chim Chim.
Ho, 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 those scamps are probably stowed away in the Mach 5 again. Ho, 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 ho. Someone get a hose and a garbage bag.
Hey guys. Got a letter to read with you here from Aiden Barnes of Chandler, Arizona. And we got a couple of different things in here. Starting with... Dear Bobsheaux, my name is Aiden, but you may know me as the cartoon wizard on DeviantArt. Oh yes, we know you. I was the one who drew that picture of me worshipping your feet. Thank you so much for faving it. I was also the one who sent you the link to Mune, Guardian of the Moon, and it means so much that you reviewed it for us. I live in Chandler, Arizona.
Thank you for sending that movie link, because that was an awesome movie. I love that.
It really was. I spend so much of my time looking at some of the worst stuff that anyone could possibly conceive. So to see this rare movie like Mune, in which not only turned out good, but you could just see the amount of passion and heart that went into every frame of this project, it's like, wow, this was nice.
People still do that.
People still do that. My God. It's not about the bottom line exclusively. Yes, we all do need to make money. Money makes the world go round. But can't you care about it? Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, Richard Rich, Michael Bay.
Anywho, I live in Chandler, Arizona, and I've been a fan of you ever since I saw your review for Alpha and Omega 5. Oh, this pain in that one. I was cracking up the entire video, and it inspired me to watch most of the rest of the sequels. I am sorry. Except for Dino Diggs and Bear Kingdom. I have to be dumb to watch those. Ugh. Anyway, I have a few movies that I think would be fun for you to review. I don't know if you've seen them already, but this is the best I got. And he includes a couple of images of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, James and the Giant Peach, and Everyone's Hero, which has a very creepy anthropomorphic baseball bat right on the poster. That's gotta hurt. I'm also a fan of Raven, and I think you two are funny, adorable, have a great taste in movies and television, and you both are so grateful to all your fans who send you free stuff. That we are.
Oh, thank you.
I always look forward to seeing Raven in your reviews because she is such a spotlight stealer.
I am not. Blink, blink.
Yeah.
Blink, blink, blink.
I hope one day the three of us cross paths so we can hang out sometime. My favorite videos you've made are Help I'm a Fish, Mune, Guardian of the Moon, Cars 2, I have the exact same opinion on that movie, and Blue's Big Musical Movie. That review inspired me to watch Blue's Clues again and thus reliving my childhood. I also watched Go Hugo Go after you uploaded the trailer for it. Unfortunately, it sucked, so thanks a lot. Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, just think of all the people that you've introduced crap movies to. You are responsible for them saying, I gotta see if this is as bad as he said it is. And then they watched it and the brain cells died and they'll never get those hour and a half, 2 hours of their lives back. All because of you.
Come at me, brah.
Yeah, and he laughs, but you guys have to think about it. Not only does he watch these movies, he watches them over and over in slow motion and in depth, because he has to watch the movie, then he has to write the script, then he has to shoot the review, and then he has to edit the review.
Yeah, you guys think that you're hurting for the 20 or 30 minutes that you're sitting through my reviews? I hope you appreciate what I do for you. Days of looking at this over and over and over again and seeing new stuff that I didn't necessarily catch in my notes the first time I saw it. It's like, what? How did the...
Yes, like the guy in the Cool Cat review that came out of his house and went back in. You're the only person in the world.
I'm the only reviewer who apparently did not see that. I'm sorry, I guess I was just distracted by the guy in the giant cat costume who's always screaming at the camera! Wow! But, anywho, moving on. Let's see, what else we got? I am really not much of a reviewer myself, because I'm not interested in correcting people's mistakes all the time. But if you asked me to review a movie with you, I would be more than happy to. You must have a great life since you've got a job to do nothing but watch movies and read comic books all the time. That is the great life I would like to have. As it is, I am not quite at the point where this is paying all my bills, just my rent. But if I were to get a few more patrons, so this could be my full-time job, that would be amazing.
Yeah, not only that, but you'd be making short films and stuff and doing more for everybody.
Yep.
You know, if this was your full-time job, trust me, he would throw his whole self into it. I've seen it.
Oh yes, that I would. So, you know, anyone wants to contribute to my Patreon, just throwing that out there. Let's see. I'm thinking about getting a career in driving semi-trucks so that I have a chance to drive across the country and visit places I've never never been to before. My most favorite animated film of all time is WALL-E, and my favorite live-action film is Back to the Future Part 1. I would also like to know if you've ever been to Comic-Con, because I've been there twice, and now I plan to go every year. Yes, planning is nice, but actually getting there's the hard part. Ugh. I have been to Comic-Con a few times. It was amazing. I even was there to suggest to Riff Tracks when they were doing a panel there that they do Transformers 2 back when it was brand new. So, yeah, you have me to thank for them doing Transformers 2. You're welcome, world. I even got to meet Jess Harnell and John Delancey when they showed up as special guests. Oh, that's cool. And to show my appreciation, please enjoy this drawing of you, me, and Raven looking swag. I hope you like it. Sincerely, Aiden Barnes. Or Aiden Barnes. Pardon me, sorry. So, let's see it. Let's take a look at this picture that I made for us here. Oh yeah. Badass.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we've seen that before, haven't we?
I think this is a new image, but we have seen other works from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yes, we are badass. In our sunglasses.
Swag.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Aiden.
Yes, thank you so much for that. So, yes, anyone who wants to send in fun fan mail like this, go ahead and send it to the P.O. Box in the corner, and I will see you later.
Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, watch more.